she's like. You were always specific. You'd say, this is what I do, this is what I don't do, this is the way I like it. And you're one of the most professional women I've ever worked with in my life.
Well, thank you, George. Call TV Guide to tell him that.
Well, I know, but I didn't ask that. I think they got the wrong take on you.
Actually, if you read the article, I mean, the way the headline looks, they always do that to put people in. Why daytime's most demanding diva gets what she deserves. But if you read the article, one of the ABC executives says that it's really easy to deal with you because you're very upfront and clear and straightforward about what you want. And the thing I find interesting...
Relates to this.
No, I do. Because
Texans are very upfront. We'll tell you, da-da-da-da-da-da, and then, you know, we either have a deal or we don't have a deal. You know?
That's right.
Don't
like the Alamo.
Yeah, exactly.
And women in this business get a bad reputation because if a man if a man is very clear about what he wants, he's called assertive. If a woman is very clear about what she wants, she's called a bitch. You know?
Well, in this particular case, some of the things, I actually haven't read all of the article. I don't really read too much press on me because it only depresses me. You know, there's always things that they get wrong, and you always sort of think, why did they do that? So I quit reading it years ago. But I know the lantern thing because it was read to me a couple of times. And in that particular case, it's just one of those things I don't know. They have a Japanese lantern, which is a lighting technique. We all know about. I didn't ask them to get it. I've never asked them to use it. They use it on me sometimes. They use it on other people sometimes. So it's like, you know, it's a lighting. It's a piece of equipment like everything else.
We were in the middle of Germany. You remember, as the light was going, you didn't demand anything. You were very straightforward about it. The thing that's interesting in the article, they go on and they say that, you know, while you were settling in New York, you still just lived in 6 outfits that were really sent there for publicity. You hadn't unpacked your clothes.
No. What happened is, when I agreed to do the show, I thought part of the look of the show should be very glam, because that's what they wanted to do, was give it a prime time look. And to that end, I brought a lot of my own wardrobe there. So I just had my wardrobe shipped to ABC, to the studio. And so if I want to go out for the evening, I have to go raid the box at ABC to get an evening gown to go out. And I just leave all my stuff at ABC, and I'm very easy. I wear like a shirt or sweater and leggings and my big old weather boots. I wear that to work every day.
Are you settled in your place in New York?
Yeah, I'm kind of settled in now.
I don't want to ask too many personal
So when
things.
are you guys coming to New York for the slumber party? Because I want to go.
We're leaving.
Yeah.
We're leaving.
We'll be there
Can we stay at your place?
Oh, I'll be in Texas with my folks over the weekend.
Well, we got another night there. We could stay over at your place.
Well, we can't.
But you have to bring the cots.
That's right. That's right. No monkey business.
The thing that I've always, you know, I've known you now for a few days, as I say, and I remember when we started doing a couple of scenes, and you would have these looks that you would look in camera, and they would wither other people. And I knew we'd be talking and laughing, and then they would say, "Whoa, what a killer, that look." But you just have those kind of looks, don't you? Why do you think you get those tough characters? You're not like that.
I don't know, because I think it's the pointy nose, George.
Do me a favor. Will you do me a great favor? Would you just do it for me?
I can't if I'm laughing.
I know, but you used to do this when we were working. You're laughing. Now look straight into that camera right there and give one of those looks.
Oh, God, I can't
just do it. You can do it. You're a great actress.
Used to say that to me. We'd be standing on Flamingo Road set, laughing and kibitzing and talking, and all of a sudden they'd turn on the camera and it's like, boom, and she'd say, "You just go right into it." She said, "I've never seen anything like it."
I know, you can do it, but give that look. There it goes.
Whoa! You put her on the side, George.
No,
but
you do.
It's easy. I mean, you know, doing that kind of thing is fun. It's
but that's
easy,
you're not that person, though.
I'm a puppy dog from Texas. I mean, you know, I like to have a good time.
Everybody talks about how nice you are. And I have to tell you, if you haven't read the article, it's a nice article. It really is a nice article.
They've been very good.
They say very nice things about you.
One question I have to ask you.
What?
Because I just want to, you know, the fans want to know this. Now, you have a bi-coastal living, right?
Relationship.
You live yes, and your relationship is with a fellow by the name of Mark Seiler, right? Is he supportive in this, or is he coming to New York? How are you working this out?
Oh, George, I mean, I couldn't be doing this if he weren't totally supportive about it. When they first offered me the job, that was the first thing I said, is I have to sit down and talk to him. We've been together 9 years now, and I would never attempt to do something like this. I mean, it could wreck a relationship if he weren't. And he was very supportive. He's the one who said, "No, go for it. It could be really great for you." In my contract, I get to have a long weekend where I fly back to L.A. once a month, and he's made a lot of effort to get into New York, and we've actually seen each other quite a lot, so it's worked out because we both really work at it, and I think that's Boy, if we didn't, I don't know what would happen. But so far, it's been really great.
Well,
And
when
that
you
seems
get
to
a
be your
minute off,
priority.
Well, as we all know, I think when you're a kid, you always think Mr. Right is going to be around the corner. Oh, I'll dump this one and I'll find another guy. You know, you get a little older and you start realizing that those really great people don't come along that often. And you find somebody that's really terrific that you're compatible with and you think it's the right thing. Well, you don't let go of them unless you're pried across with a wrench, you know. So
you want it all.
Right.
Yeah. Well,
You want it all. You want the
me.
career and the right man.
And
Yeah,
you
but
got
if he had said, no, honey, I don't think you should do this, I wouldn't be
All
in New
bets
York.
off.
Yeah.
What a great girl. Morgan Fairchild.
Thank you so much.
The City on ABC. We'll be right back with our very own soap opera.
Anthony, you are so lucky. You know why this thing is special?
Why that?
This is the next prize in the George and Alana TV Guide and Valpak Sweepstakes.
Yeah.
This is what we're giving away. Is everybody ready to go?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Before our excursion started, I had one very important thing to do.
Maps. Get your maps right here. Get your maps. Get your maps right here. Stars, homes by the stars. Get your maps.
You have change for 20?
Gray Hall was the first house that George and Alana lived in together.
All right, this is Gray Hall. Now, this is the place. Now, we kind of have to sort of kamikaze here because they don't exactly like tourists and things here. Now, this was the main house that Pickfair was just a part of. Pickfair was the hunting lodge. And that's the famous place that Mary Pickford, of course, had with Douglas Fairbanks. The 39 bedrooms, George only used one, but he had 38 for his wardrobe.
Since we couldn't get inside, I showed them an old tour guide's secret.
You see this house here? This house is not where George and Alana lived. However, they lived in the coach house behind Lana Turner's house.
On to our next destination, the house that George and Alana had their son, Ashley.
It's empty. Nobody's living here. Alana was known for throwing some pretty wild parties. Look at this. You can see back to the pool house. Who knows? You know, maybe that's where Ashley was conceived. I mean, one of those wild nights. Let's look around back, see what we find. Look. Can't you see Alana out here doting over her beautiful child? Papa George just pushing his little son. And this is where Alana lives now. This is Alana's assistant here. This is Bert.
We were disappointed to find out that Alana had already left for the studio.
So the group took their own tour and ran into an unexpected visitor. George and Alana's son, Ashley.
I mean, if I can't get Alana, you know.
So, guys, what'd you think of the tour?
I think Gary has found himself. I think he's got a future doing this, and I would call him to take me to the airport anytime.
Gary, I understand the passengers are here in the studio. Where are they?
We're right here. Hey, a big hand for
Hi,
these people. Were they
everybody.
great?
Hey.
Were they great? Okay, now, what was your favorite? This is Anthony. What was your favorite part of the tour?
My favorite part was when we finally finagled Alana's assistant Bert to finally open up the gate, and when we drove in, I felt like a Hollywood star.
Oh, cool. Robert?
I like when when Bert called the police.
When Bert called the police, that was a highlight. And Carol?
Well, I was hoping to get in to see Alana's house, but, you know, Ashley, when I saw him, boy, that was just all over for me. He's so handsome. I had no idea he's so tall.
Are you hearing that?
You guys are welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
I go by all the time, even by myself.
Well, you too, Gary.
Bless you.
Gary,
Thanks, Gary.
We look forward to you driving lots of buses around town. It's good for you, Gary.
I got
Thanks
my
so much.
resume
We'll
in a
be
few
right
places.
back.
For more information about today's show, send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the George.